Hey Facebook friends, it's Christy here, and my gosh, if you would have asked me a month ago if I would be going on camera like this, I would have said no way, especially because I have been sleeping half the day because I'm on some powerful medications that are making me absolutely tired, and so I look like heck. But yesterday I shared a video about chronic pain and dealing with it, or having a loved one that has chronic pain that is trying to support the person that they love, and I hit a nerve. To be true, I got a lot of messages, a lot of people telling me their stories, sharing that they felt helpless or hopeless or worthless because of the pain that they're suffering, or because of the member in their family that was suffering with a disease or with chronic pain that they were unable to help. And there are no words to describe how incredibly awesome it made me feel that by me sharing a 3-minute video, people entrusted me and messaged me and told me those things. And you know, I felt compelled, even though I've been sleeping and my hair is a total mess and I look terrible, whatever, to come on again and I want to share a story. And this is a story from my past, and it's 100% true, and it's from back when my kids were really, really little. I think they were probably 5, 4, and 1-ish age, and I used to go to story hour at the library, and I'm sure lots of you from this town have done that in the past, but I used to go to story hour, and there was a certain mom that went there, and she has since moved away, so I can talk about her now. There was a certain mom there who came with her children, and she always had a caregiver with her. It was either her mom or her sister or a babysitter. She was always had somebody else to help her, and she only had 2 kids. And I had 3, and I had a really bad back. And one of the things that happened with my back was there were certain things I couldn't do. I couldn't get my kids in and out of their cribs. I couldn't give my kids a bath because I couldn't bend over to do it. And my kids, when they were really little, had to learn to do things that most kids their age did not have to do. But you know what? They figured it out, and we got around it, and they learned. And my oldest son, who's now 18, at the time was like 4 years old or 3 years old or whatever it was. And at story hour, he would climb up on the ladder that would go down the slide. And this mom laid into me every single week, and she said, "What kind of mother are you, letting that child climb up that ladder? Do you know how dangerous that is? Do you know that he could fall, and he could hurt his head, and he could do this, and I can't believe that, you know, you keep having babies." And she was so mean to me. And I used to get in my car, and I used to cry, and I used to break down, and I used to think, I am a horrible mom because I can't do the things I need to do. And it took me a really long time to break free of that feeling of, you know what, I am doing the best that I can with what I've been given and what I've been dealt. And from all of the messages that I got yesterday, the underlying tone of every message was people were feeling helpless, and they were feeling worthless, and they were feeling like less of a human being. And I 100% heard what everyone was saying and could absolutely understand where that was coming from. And so although I don't have the right tips or tricks or tools to make that go away, I was compelled to come back on here today live to share that story of that mom who used to yell at me and tell me I was a horrible mother because my kids were independent and able to do things that they shouldn't be able to do because I had no choice and they had no choice. And you know what? They grew up and they are just fine. And I would love to run into that mom today as a much wiser, older, and more self-confident person than I was at that time, because I would have some words to share with her. I feel sorry for her because it was her inability to care for only 2 children without help that she couldn't stand that my 3 children were doing just fine without any help at all. And so I don't know if anyone can relate to this. I don't know if anyone can understand what it is that I'm trying to say, but I just had to come back on today and share this because you all really, really moved me with your messages and your comments and you sharing your stories with me. And please know, your pain is real. What you're going through is real. And those emotions, they're real. Don't feel worthless. Don't feel hopeless. And although it's hard to do, try not to feel helpless, because there are things that you can do. Even if you're living in extreme pain, you can be a good parent. You can set a good example. You can create things. You can solve things. You can help with homework. You know, you might not be able to go for a bike ride or whatever it is that you can't do, but that doesn't make you less of a person. And so just know that I am thinking about all of you that messaged me, and I just wanted to say love to you all, and I hope you all have a great day.